All right, gang, what's going on, everybody? Happy Friday, happy New Year's Eve. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you had a wonderful, well, merry and a happy, whatever you celebrate. And I'm really glad that you're all here, and we'll have some fun tonight. Okay, we'll keep it relatively short and sweet. That way, you guys can go enjoy your night and spend time with your loved ones. So let me give a quick shout out to the people that are in here. Who we got there? Four Train Express. Maz is in the house. Aiden's in the house. Texas Buckeye. How are you, sir? All right. Sean Howdeling. I hope I pronounced that correctly. If I didn't, I apologize. So, Sean Browning, Jimmy Mathers is in the house. We may have a short group today, but again, it's holidays, man. So, totally get it. But we'll still have some fun. I got 10 trivia questions for you guys and gals, too. So, when you're ready to rock and roll, you let me know. It'll be fun. Yeah, I'm here saying, hey, Mr. Sweat, what's happening? Reynolds will come as a free agent. You think Reynolds, well, he's not going to be a free agent for 3 more seasons, unfortunately. Andrew Collada's in the house. What's up? Bryce in the house. Mike Chicken Pong, baby. Happy New Year, Sean. Marek Williams in the house. John Paul, latest with Correa. They're still waiting. They're trying to figure out a way to make this thing work. So, as far as we know, he's not willing to budge off the agreed upon number, which was, I think, 12 years, 315. So, they have to, in between them and the Mets, they have to figure it out. But as far as we know, also the word or what we're hearing is saying they're going to essentially work something out. So we just don't know what it's going to be. But I'll keep you updated one way or another. So if you're not subscribed to the channel and you like this stuff, I hope that you'll do that, especially if you enjoy the content. I want to make sure you're in on everything. Texas Buckeye, thank you so much. I appreciate that generosity. You are the man. I think you're going to enjoy the trivia questions too. Who else do we have here? D-Rod, T-Abby, Good Vibes Angel. Hello. Do you need Peraza got this S shorts? Okay, so let's start with Oswald Peraza. Okay, 13 for 315. My apologies. That's a big contract. It's a big contract, Mazza. Peraza, I think right now has it locked up. As far as we know, the Yankees, and Michael Kay said this too, that the Yankees have given, they told Anthony Volpe that it's, if you beat him out, the job is yours. So they're giving him a chance to win the shortstop job in spring training. Now, we also know that DJ LeMahieu is healthy again, healthy enough so that he doesn't need a surgery. So which could make Gleyber Torres inexpendable in a trade. But that said, I think we can all agree that if we're going to trade Gleyber Torres, it can't just be for some scrub. It's got to be for something with value because he does have 2 controllable years left and he's coming off a pretty solid season. So we've got to get something with value. So it could be a very, very, very good relief pitcher or something like that. And we know that Pablo Lopez now is being shopped pretty heavily by the Marlins. So something to keep in mind, but I don't think he's a fit for the Yankees. But I do see Lopez being shopped. I heard the Padres might be a fit and some other folks. So we'll see what happens. That's going to be an interesting one. So I don't know if you heard Marvin Gonzalez has fled to Japan. He's playing with the NPR Oryx Buffaloes for a year. So, and the guys like that around that time of their career, it's a perfect fit to go to Japan and do that. So I can totally get it. So what we don't know, what we do know also, again, according to John Heyman, the Yankees are hesitant right now to go above the Steve Cohen threshold, which is $293 million. They're currently at $290 after the Lucas Licky trade. So any move that happens moving forward will probably have to be via trade, unless they shed some salary. So to stay under this threshold. So shedding salary, obviously Hicks, Donaldson. And honestly, if the Mets can move these guys, their guys, the Yankees can move them too. They just have to be willing to do it like the Mets are willing to do it. So it just goes without saying, but we'll see what happens. So there's a lot of fluid. And even though with baseball being kind of like at a dead spot right now, there's trickles of news coming out here and now. That's why I want to keep you updated on everything so that, you know what's going on so that when news hits, you're not surprised, even though sometimes being surprised is nice. But I want you to be in the loop on everything. So very unpopular opinion, but we should trade Oswald Peraza for left. Oh, I feel there's something else better. Personally, I only move Peraza for maybe half a handful of players, one of which is Corbin Burns from the Brewers. Like very, very, like I said, maybe 2 or 3 players I move him for. I'm hoping that it works out. So, I could see this too, Ryan Beck. Could see them trading for a pitcher next offseason when Sevy and Montez are free agents. Yeah, I mean, I could see them moving. If Sevy can't stay healthy, I could see them trying to get in somebody at the deadline too. So I could see that. Right, D-Ron? Four Trains here. Tats is here. Welcome, everybody. Good to see you, Tats. Good to see you again. We're on Mike. We were Four Trains live stream earlier, and he had a great live stream. If you don't watch his live streams, he does. I mean, and be sure to subscribe to his channel and the Yankees Pinstripe Chronicles too. That's Tats' channel. Both fantastic channels. And if you want just genuine like conversations with people, they're as good as it gets. I mean, it's an honest, good, knowledgeable baseball conversation. So those guys are amongst the good ones. So please support them by subscribing. And feel free, guys, Tats and Mazza, link your channel in the comments so people can get right to it. So Glaber back to the Cubs for Hap. I think you're going to have to get something back with Hap if that happens. Hap is a free agent after 2023. Glaber's got more control. So, I mean, if you can get something else for that or with Hap, then maybe. I do think the best fit is a relief pitcher for Gleyber Torres. I really do. And so this is a good one too by Four Train. David Bednar is only making $715 Ks in arbitration, man. So, and he is filthy, disgusting, elite. So, I like the proposal, Chicken Palm and Bednar. That's one reason why he's got. What does he have, Mike? He's got 4 years of control, something like that. So he's going to cost the haul. He's going to cost the call, but it would be worth it for him. We got a new idea. Torres for Lopez and then trade Montez and Herman for Reynolds and Bednar. Unfortunately, Chris, I mean, I like it. I would do that, but we'll never get Reynolds and Bednar for Montez and Herman. We're going to need to add, according to what I heard today, and again, what's being peddled out there now is it's going to cost at least Volpe and Dominguez and other pieces. Now, again, this is what happens in negotiations, right? But Cashman's notorious for going lowballing offers. People want to shoot for the stars, so I get it. I still think that they can get him without Volpe, especially since Volpe's already working hard and trying to solidify himself and win an opening day spot. And I think his best fit would be second base because he profiles like a Dustin Pedroia type, and him and Peraza in the infield would be fantastic. I mean, it really, really would if they can do it. It would be fantastic. So Vagan knows all the answers to the trivia questions. Does anybody want me to go question one? We'll do some trivia. It's pre-New Year's trivia. Ended off end the year off fun. Peraza for Alek Thomas. I mean, that's worth investigating. I mean, it is. So Tats is in the house. Who else we got here? Riley Johnson. How are you? I think the Yankees will end up getting up Reynolds. I think you and Four Trainer have the same opinion, and it would be fantastic. It's going to cost a lot. It's going to hurt, but literally zero chance Reynolds is still in Pittsburgh. I would agree with that. I think he's getting moved one way or another, Ryan. And last we heard, at least from as of yesterday, it's the Dodgers, the Mariners, and the Yankees that are the three favorites. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. By the way, if anybody hasn't hit the like button, please hit that like button. Let's get over 100 as quickly as we can. It's greatly appreciated. It's always very helpful. So, and I thank you for it. Yeah, Sean. No doubt about it, bro. No doubt about it. Get those likes up. DJ third base, Donaldson DFA. I mean, I know they're trying to move Donaldson and Hicks. I know it's presenting to be a tough proposal. And, I still think they're going to try and move him. And he's not going to say like, yeah, I know they talked about Donaldson being a starter. And his elite defense is elite, no doubt about it. But, he's got a lot to be there's a lot to be desired down his bat. And we got to stop with the pimp walking pop flies and stuff like that. We need him to be, if he's going to stay here, we need to have a little bit more better clubhouse, chemistry and behavior. So, but that's it. Austin Meadows is an option. Cabrera for Ricky Montez and Clark for Reynolds. Oh, I don't know if that'll be enough, honestly. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if that'll be enough, man, to be honest with you. Right now, they're $3 million under the Cohen tax, so they won't take on big. So, yeah, I mean, they're going to have to move some guys. And this is directly from John Heyman. And again, I'm waiting for corroborating, other corroborating sources because John Heyman has been wrong, a little often. So, but that's what we're hearing right now. True or false? Ohtani and Soto each get $500 million. I think at least one of them will get it. I wouldn't be surprised if both get it because that's where it's trending towards. So, and if the guys salute you, Elvis, salute, bro. Yeah, Justin, I think they'll probably one of those guys or both could be the first $500 million player. I mean, it's that's big money, man. That's huge money. Any news on? No, nothing yet, Eden, on Correa. Nothing. We just know that he doesn't want to budge off the number to 13,315, and they have to figure out what to do now. What to do is the question. So, anytime. So how about the Yankees in are worth $6 billion? You shouldn't let the check. Well, I couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree more, Justin. You're right, and I think a lot of us would agree with that too. So, I do. And even Steve Cohen's worth like almost $20 billion. So he's not afraid to spend. But I wish the Yankees would. The franchise itself brings in $6 billion, and it's wildly profitable. And why not spend? Just go over it. You'll still be second behind the Mets anyway. So would I take Balfour? I probably would not. Probably would not. Yeah. Soto. Well, that's what we're hearing, Mike J. I mean, he's going to have to perform to justify the 500. I mean, at this point, Ohtani, he's definitely a candidate to get it. So, but I don't think it's going to be from the Angels. So I think he's going to get moved, or either get moved at some point, or just walk in free agency. But it'd be wise for the Angels to trade him if they just let the guy walk. You don't let a guy like that walk. You try to get a haul back. So, yes, John Heyman had Judge in San Francisco. So he's never gonna live that one up, Billy Branch. Never. Do I think Ha-Seong Kim gets moved? Not in the same trade. I mean, it could happen, Aiden, but they're looking to move both of them right now. So that's their plan right now. But now that they've got Xander Bogaerts there and Matt Carpenter, so I can see it happening. But how about trivia question 1? All right. And again, these are some from recent games, older games, so it'll accommodate everybody. So remember right-hander Edwin Jackson? He went to Arizona as part of a 3-team, 7-player trade that sent 25-year-old Max Scherzer to the Tigers. And then Jackson wound up playing for a major league record 14 teams during his 17-year career. Okay. Oh, man, sorry. I just gave you the answers. I didn't – I'll give you the question, but that's the answer. So on December 8th, 2009, the Detroit Tigers, Arizona Diamondbacks, and the Yankees completed a 3-team multiplayer trade that sent Scherzer to Detroit. As part of the deal, the Tigers sent a pitcher to the Diamondbacks who would play with a major league record 14 teams. Name him Edwin Jackson. So I did it backwards. So excuse me, brain fart. That's question 1. All right, and answer 1. And yeah, I know. Brain fart for me, Texas. Brain fart. What's the cat? Let me see what we got here. Yankees got Yastrzemski would be kind of crazy. What's my gut? Who the Yankees end up with? Kepler. I think it might be Kepler. I'm really hoping that it's Brian Reynolds. And there are some folks in here who believe that, and I really want to. I really want that to happen. He's my first pick, and but I think they're hesitant on like a guy like McCarthy of the Arizona Diamondbacks because they're still kind of developmental, but they're cheap and controllable, and I think they would fit in this lineup full of veterans. So it's worth pursuing too. But Kepler he probably is going to be the least expensive, or Trent Grisham, they might be the least expensive. So I do think they get somebody, and if they don't, then Oswaldo Cabrera is the most logical fit at that point. So you might as well play him. But that's what it's telling me, guys and gals. How good is Brian Reynolds really? Is he worth all the picks? Well, I don't think he's worth Volpe and Dominguez. I mean, I would give up Dominguez and some other pieces, but that's unfortunately going to be the price. At the end of the day, probably Dominguez and some other folks. I don't think they're going to get anybody's number 1 and number 2 prospects. So for Brian Reynolds, I'd be shocked if they did. So I would be. But at the end of the day, man, Seattle gave up 1, 2, 3, and I think 5 for Luis Castillo. So, and he's made a huge impact there. So it does happen. This is unfortunately the price tag is crazy high now in players, man. So 4 trains going. Here's a trade proposal. Pittsburgh gets Dominguez, Santos, Clayton Beater, Davey, Herman, Everson Pereira. Yankees get Bednar Reynolds. That's probably going to be the price. That's probably going to be the price, brother. Weird breed of trivia. Exactly. Yeah, speaking of trivia, let me give you question number 2. Now, I'm going to give you the question, not the answer. The Houston Astros acquired Hall of Fame third baseman Eddie Matthews from the Atlanta Braves on December 31st, 1966, as part of a 5-player trade. In the deal, a player to be named later was also sent to the Astros. Who was that player to be named later? Whose son would be a future Hall of Famer that was given up by the Braves? That's question 2. So some of these are harder than others, but Go about 30 seconds because we'll see if any people Google it. So, but Aiden, give us your three-teamer. Give us your three-teamer. Tatis, the Yankees with Donaldson. And you imagine that, Mike? Can't be happening. But it ain't going to happen, but that would be kind of nuts. But even if I ever got Tatis, I would try to get an accountability clause in his contract added in there. Sean Browning, what are we saying? Ripken, Nolan Ryan. Okay. Who is the player? Infielder Sandy Alomar was the player to be named later, who went to Houston along with Hall of Famer Eddie Matthews and pitcher Arnold Umbach. Sandy's son Roberto played 17 seasons during his career. In the trade, the Braves received pitcher Bob Bruce and outfielder Dave Nicholson. So it's Alomar. If we got Tatis, would you? I'd probably play him in the outfield. I think Oswaldo Cabrera is going to be sweet in shortstop, man. He's an elite arm. His arm, I think, is better than Volpe's too. And his elite glove, he's just elite at the shortstop. He's smooth as butter, man. Really. Really, really, really. So, I appreciate that. Appreciate that, Saul. Thank you. Welcome, Guatemala. All right. Bienvenidos. Well, where will Torres get you? It's a good question, man. It's a good question. I really don't know. I really don't know. What's good? Hector from Morning Brews in the house. What is good? Cole has a no trade clause. Yeah, and if it's they can add a year to prevent it from being triggered. So, I wouldn't be surprised if they tacked on a year. They did the same thing to CC Sabathia. They added I think a year or two to his original 7-year contract. So it kept him here for a couple more years. But he broke down significantly towards the end. Unfortunately, he really did. All right. What is good, everybody else? How about question 3? Trivia question 3. When the St. Louis Cardinals outfielder Curt Flood famously refused to report to the Phillies after being traded there, this guy refused to report to his team. The deal was reworked with 2 players, Willie Montañez and Jim Browning, replacing him. What former Rookie of the Year was one of the 3 players the Phillies sent to the Cardinals? So one of the players that the Phillies sent to St. Louis was a Rookie of the Year. Who is he? Oh, yeah. Chisholm, I think it's probably less possible. I know they just brought in somebody. I forgot who it was. He's gonna play third base now, but I don't think they're gonna move Chisholm unless they get just a monumental haul. Ball 4, it's a pleasure, man. Really, and honestly, it's a pleasure. Appreciate you. Appreciate it, dude. There's a lot of channels that work hard and just try to do the right thing by people. So, and just try, they love the team and they want to put out good information. So, and it's all good. Gene Segura, the Wizard of Oz. Dick Allen. He was the 1964 Rookie of the Year. He was sent to the Cardinals from the Phillies. Yes. Man, there's some older stuff. There's some newer stuff here. So some of the newer stuff is coming. So, Mumtaz, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Who can take Donaldson and Hicks? Honestly, if these guys get taken, I think it's going to be the end of the offseason because I think they're going to wait for everybody to be off trades, free agency, for teams to be like, I still need a third baseman. I still need an outfielder, and no one else is available. So I might have to consider these guys. But I do think it's going to require the Yankees to eat money and probably attach a prospect one way or another. So I think that's the only way that they can do it, honestly. So it's all good, Ryan. It's all good, man. It is what it is, man. But no place for that here. We're not the bad mouthing people on this channel, so it's not appropriate. It's not fair. So, all right. Question 4. Cuatro. Are we ready? Dude, yeah, getting Reynolds to the Bronx would be phenomenal. And he's on the cheap right now, too. And remember, the Yankees, even if they went past that threshold this year, the Yankees have like 60 or 70 million coming off the books at the end of the season as well. So they're going to be back down to a lower threshold again. So other teams that we heard are the Braves and the Yankees that were in on Correa, but it was a couple days ago, so that could have changed. All right, number 4, Ricky Henderson was acquired by the New York Yankees on December 25th, 1984, as part of a multiplayer trade with the A's. 5 players were sent from the Yankees to Oakland, including a pitcher who would go on to win a World Series MVP award. Anybody know who it is? The Yankees sent the pitcher there that became World Series MVP. Yes, indeed. Ball 4, dude. Jose Rijo. Oh, Rijo. R-I-J-O. So I'm guessing that's who you were guessing, but you're absolutely right. Jose Rijo. Yep, he was 19 years old at the time. Oh yeah, man. Marcel, good job. Good job, voices. Like, all right. We got some people in here who know the stuff. Bryce. Dave Stewart, man. Close. Dave Stewart was a beast, man. He was a beast. Love Dave Stewart, man. Good job, everybody. Good freaking job. Jose Rijo, man. Nice. Nice. Yeah, so that's what we know right now, what's going on, right? I mean, the price, the Yankees are trying to avoid going over the Cohen threshold because it's essentially just got news that Barbara Walters passed away. Really? Wow. Is that true? Barbara Walters, let me see. I didn't realize. How old was she? Haven't seen anything yet, but if that's true, it's terrible. Rest in peace, Barbara Walters, if that's true. Chafin would be fantastic, man. And I do think that, I mean, he's obviously an avenue in free agency. So, Barbara Walters, I didn't realize she'd been sick for. I had no idea. Well, we got a trivia for us here, or for me. The Yankees signed MLB's first free agent from Oakland after Peter Seitz declared him a free agency, allowing a contract dispute with the owner. Reggie Jackson. Yeah, Pele, rest in peace. He passed away yesterday. I think it was like stomach cancer or something like that. He was 82 years old. Chafin won't shave for the Yankees. That's the other thing, too. That's my guess. Oh, Catfish Hunter. Well, that's a good one, too. That's a good one, too. The Catfish. Correct. Okay, good one. Good one. Craziest season we've had, though. Yeah, I think so, too, Big Rick and Bake. Too many teams got better. Yeah, man. I mean, it's the Ohtani sweepstakes. Yes, indeed. 100%. 100%. By the way, get that likes up, everybody, if you don't mind. Smash that like button. Let's try to get to 150 likes. Let's finish off the year strong. And if there's anybody, that fan that enjoys this content, enjoys live streams and live news and breaking news that hasn't subscribed yet, please do. I don't want you to miss anything good. So, 4Train's got a trivia question for us. I'm going to give you number 5 after you. You go first, though. You go first. So that's what we know right now. So here's the link to 4Train's channel. Please take a look at it. Please support him. I think Cashman's trying to get something done or a couple moves, and I just don't know if the right fit has presented itself yet. You know what I mean? Because if that's true, or you have to stand at the threshold, then that's probably a mandate from Steinbrenner, which makes a trade for somebody good a little bit more complicated. They're going to have to offset salary one way or another. Who did Reggie Jackson hit his 3 home runs off? Oh, man. Charlie Huff was one of them. I think that he hit his 3rd off Charlie Huff, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, that's a good one. Can only stand so many Yankees fans. It's all good, Vega. It's all good. No. I was doing better at this trivia when you were giving us the. Yeah, I know. Where this is right from Baseball Digest, so the most recent Baseball Digest. So I figured it would be fun today. Bert Hooten, Elias Sosa, Charlie Huff. Is that it, FG? That's a good trivia question, Meza. That's a good one. 93 likes. Or let's blow through 100 if you don't got. Let's blow through 100 likes, guy. We got 93 right now. Do I like a trade for Reynolds? Well, the way I look at it, Michael, is if we're going to take advantage of the prime years of the guys that we have now that are on huge contracts, Reynolds is the better fit. But if we're looking for a more long-term piece who will be cheaper in the meantime than the Arizona guys because they're younger and controllable. So, they're not free until 2028, 29. Reynolds is not free until 2026. So, I think there's two different logics behind it. So, but either one I'd be okay. But Reynolds has been my first choice for over a year. Would I trade for Trent Grisham? I talked about this earlier. Like, I put out a video. I don't, his glove is much better than his bat. If his bat would catch up, and I do think he'll be one of the more affordable options. He does have 3 controllable years. So, but I wouldn't trade for him before Reynolds or the Arizona guys. If he happens to be a guy that you can get, then on the cheap, then why not? He has got 3 more arbitration seasons. So, and if it doesn't work, then it doesn't work, But what ex-Yankee give up a home run to Hank Aaron? That's a good question. I don't know. Catfish? Yeah, Reynolds and Bednar, you get 7 controllable years. Yep, yes, you do. Yeah, we've had rumors of Reynolds. I mean, the Yankees have had their eye on Reynolds, and there's been some speculation, but yeah. And yeah, Reynolds was making $6 million a year right now. Oh, Al Downing. Okay. Man, you guys are good at this trivia, if that's right. You guys are really good at this. Kepler is a decent stopgap if you're all in on Dominguez. Yeah, him or Ian Happ. Happ would probably be cheaper, but if I had to choose between the two, I'd go with Happ. But if it happened, I mean, it's just, I think he's looking to make an upgrade one way or another. So, and it's not that difficult to upgrade from what we have right now with Aaron Hicks. It's not difficult at all. So, all right, question number 5. On December 6th, 2016, the Chicago White Sox and Boston Red Sox swung a 5-player trade. 4 players, including Yohan Moncada and pitcher Michael Kopech, went from Boston to Chicago. Who was the all-star pitcher the Red Sox received in that trade? This should be pretty easy. Who did they receive in that big trade with the White Sox in 2016? Boston. Chris Sale. Exactly. Justin, good job. Good job. College football trivia question. We could try it, Jimmy. And the only answer I'm going to say is Rudy or Notre Dame or Nick Saban in Alabama. Only ones I know. But go for it. Who's the only Yankee to hit a home run versus the Reds in the 76 World Series? Craig Nettles? That's a good question. Or Thurman Munson? Yeah, I mean, the Red Sox gutted the farm for Sale, but he got them a World Series. And again, Moncada's turned out well. Kopech's turned out well. So, but those, and that was a Dombrowski thing too. So, that's what they do. That's what they do. Thurman, Chris Chambliss. Yeah, that was a big trade for Boston. Big trade for Boston. Mason? Munson. Oh, Mason. Jimmy, you were there? Oh, nice, FJ. Nice. Who was the first team to have numbers on the back of their jerseys? Another good one. Damn. That's a good one, Fortran. I have no idea. I'm just going to go with the Chicago Black Sox. I have no idea. That's a good one. Chicken Pond, that was a good question too, man. I like these 1927 Yankees. Really? All right, cool. I love it. Love it. Yankees were first based on batting. That's awesome. And you guys come with some good questions here too. Yeah, Garrick 4. Yeah. Who was the backup quarterback for Louisiana Tech behind Phil Robertson, Duck Dye? Oh my God. Backup quarterback for Louisiana Tech. I have no idea, Jimmy. That's a good one. I didn't realize the guy from Duck Dynasty was quarterback for Louisiana Tech. No idea. Top 4 in 19. Was it Tony Lazzari, Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig? I don't know the other 3. Terry Bradshaw, really? Jake Gibbs. Some good questions here. Evan Longoria, yeah. Yeah, Diamondbacks signed Evan Longoria today. Third baseman Longoria to a 1-year deal. Yep. Broken by 4 train. I don't know yet, Aiden. I still think there's going to be one more move that's made, so I'm not exactly sure. But right now, as it stands, probably leading off. I'm batting DJ second. I'll lead off probably Bader at this point, or even Bader for now, and then Judge third, Rizzo fourth, Stanton fifth, something like that would be my top 5. I think they're not done yet. So once I have a better idea what the Combs can totally is there. Okay, Combs, good one, Sean. Something like that will be my lineup. Cole is a member. Yeah, Cole is like a leader in the players' union too. Justin, that's right. Greinke has not signed anywhere, but I do think someone will sign him. Duck Dynasty, nice. Bader lead off, yeah. I want somebody with speed at first base. Personally, Bader's got more speed than DJ, but I could see the logic in hitting DJ first too. I could see that. All right, I got another one for you. The Atlanta Braves made a historic trade with the Arizona Diamondbacks on December 9th, 2015. Pitchers Shelby Miller and Gabe Spear were dealt from the Braves to the Diamondbacks in exchange for a former number 1 overall draft pick. Who is that number 1 draft pick that was traded from the Diamondbacks to the Braves? Mm-hmm. Oh, nice. I love that. Yes, God, you guys are good. Dansby Swanson. You guys get better at Googling stuff. All right. Even though I'd probably do the same, but well done. Dansby Swanson. Yeah, he was drafted by the D-backs and then traded. He was drafted number 1 overall from Vanderbilt. Yep. And he just signed with the Cubs as a free agent. So Hayes, huh? First player in Major League history. They had 2 home runs in the first inning. I did not know that either. Captain McKnight. Well done. You guys are coming up with the good stuff, the good intel, man. I love it. Notre Dame won. Yeah, I watched some of it. Was it in South Carolina, right, Chris? So they won, what are they, 9-4 to end the season? Was that a bowl game, by the way? Marquette, what's happening? What is going on? Goes good. Hope you're doing well, too. Which team on the first World Series? Oh, God, man. T-Drake. Highlanders, maybe? Which season did Mike Mussina win 220 games? His final season, John Paul, which was it 2003? 2003 or 2004? It was his final season before he retired. Loved Mussina. Deserved to be in the Hall of Fame. Shortest player to ever play the game. Shortest? Oh, my God. 2008. Okay. Yeah, it was his final season, no doubt. I don't know. Shortest. Let's say 4'6", something like that. Yankees aren't trading. Yeah, I don't see them trading. You know, I could see. I can see Dominguez being traded, but the return has to be right because he is the most replaceable of the 2 guys there. So, yeah, we were talking about this a little bit before, Booyah, too. According to Heyman, yeah, more nicely. Yeah, exactly. And it's going to have to be a trade, and they're going to have to offset some salary because they don't want to get to the threshold, and they're at 290 right now. So they don't have much wiggle room. They don't. So, and again, keep in mind, even if you DFA a player, you still have to eat their contract. So a trade with teams to eat contract, that's the best way to save more money. You're still responsible for all of it when you DFA a player. So Eddie Gator, wow, my God. Walker Buehler was I love it. We got some good players here. The top 5 highest salary players. Judge, Verlander. Talking about annual salary, Judge, Verlander, Scherzer. Trout and Mookie. I think that might be it. I think. somewhere around there. I think Trout's at 37. I think Moogie's at 36.5, or somewhere right around there. That's a good question. Which current MLB starting pitcher who threw a mount pitch for Toronto Blue Jays yielded Alex Rodriguez 696? Jose Berrios. I'm going to say Jose Berrios. Marcel. 3 feet 7 inches, Eddie. Wow. Damn it. Wow. Yeah. He passed away yesterday, 82 years old, man. Rest in peace to him, man. Guy is a soccer god. Soccer god. The pitcher against Gaydell was laughing so hard, I can only imagine. Who's the oldest player to play in the major leagues? Anybody? And he was like in his mid to late 50s. I could see a 3-team trade for Reynolds, too. Is that what it is? Verlander, Scherzer, Judge, Rendon. Rendon makes more than Trout? Is that right? John McGraw died when he died today. Bauer, yeah. Satchel Paige. Oh, Kevin Gausman. Okay. Interesting. Was he with Baltimore, Marcel, when he gave it up? Julio Franco. Yeah, Satchel Paige was 57. Franco, I think, was like 50. So it was impressive, too. It's impressive. These some old guys, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. Satchel Paige, baby. Satchel Paige, I didn't even think he made the major leagues until he was in his 40s, which is crazy, but it's true. Trout makes 37. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Pitched an inning over age 60 for the Kansas City A's. Look at that. Over 60. Unbelievable. Yeah, Bartolo Colon, Big Sexy. He might get there when he's like 60. Sin City, what's up? The youngest? Is it Joe Nuxhall? Is he like 15 years old? Drew Phillips, is that right? Wow, Notre Dame went 45-38. Damn. Closer than I thought. They're kind of retooling. They have a new coach there, so yeah, Nuxhall, okay. 15 years old, I think he was. 15 or 14. Which is nuts. Yeah, man. It's 3'7", man. Unbelievable. Age 15 at the major leagues. Litke. Did we win on the it still remains to be seen. I mean, honestly, I liked Litke, what he did here. He was reliable in low leverage situations, but they got 2 big arms. So we'll see what they do with it. So they've been stockpiling arms. I mean, actually the Litke trade was an arm and an infielder. And but they've been stockpiling some arms here. It could be to package in a trade for Brian Reynolds from the Pittsburgh Pirates, because according to them, we're hearing that they want more pitching dominated package, so which advantage other teams. But we'll see that, man. It's a pleasure, Justin. Thank you for coming on, man. Appreciate you. What would the Yankees have to give to get Chafin? He's a free agent right now, Michael. So my guess is he'll probably be like, I'm gonna say like $6 to $8 million per year, I think. Chafin, and again, it'd be worthwhile to get him like a 2 or 3 year deal if they could do it. How about another trivia question here? All right, December 10th, 1981, the St. Louis Cardinals acquired Ozzie Smith from the San Diego Padres as part of a 6-player trade that featured shortstops. Who was the former All-Star and Silver Slugger winning shortstop that was traded by the Cardinals? So who came back for Ozzie Smith is the question. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's a good question, John. I don't know. I mean, Chafin's definitely Worth it. Worth looking into. Again, if he's willing to shave, obviously. He's got to, Gary Templeton. God, that's right, Gary Templeton. Yeah, you guys are way too good at this stuff. What game did Maris hit 61? His final game of the season, I think. It was a game 161 or 162, right? It's the final game of the season. Texas Buckeye. I think that's right? Yeah, we got some good folks here, man. Some smart folks. Joe Nuxall. Oh, he's a pitcher, huh? Pitched 2/3 of an inning at 15, gave up 5 runs, didn't come back until he was 23. Nice. 163 likes. All right, let's try to get to 200 if we can. Let's try to get to 200. Fisher. Is the funniest baseball name? Al Habrowski, the Mad Hungarian. If you ever seen him, if you haven't seen him, take a look at him. He's crazy. Absolutely crazy. What is a Buckeye? That's a good question. Oh, game 163. Okay, I thought we had 163 likes. Okay. Buckeye. Isn't it a bird? Will Warren, Clayton Beater, Luis Hill. Yeah, word lifer. Yeah. Drungo Hayeswood. Oh my God, that's a wild name. Let's see if we got another good trivia question here. Well, here we go. The Yankees one. On October 11th, 1946, the Yankees traded Hall of Fame second baseman Joe Gordon to the Cleveland Indians in exchange for a pitcher who would be part of 6 world titles. Name. Who's that pitcher they got? Oh, yeah. Wee Kelly. Allie Reynolds. Jesus, God. We got some smart people up in here, man. Smart people. That's right. 100% actually. Allie Reynolds, baby. Lopat, nice. Necro, nice. The Knuckleball King. What player had a last name that spelled the same backwards and forwards? Oof, oh, that's a good one. When and who did the Yankees get for Jay Buhner? They got Ken Phelps for Jay Buhner. When? That's a good question. Early 90s, I think. I think it's Ken Phelps. I think it was a one-on-one, if I'm not mistaken. What do we got here? Thoughts on how realistic it would be to get Donnie Baseball and Jeter involved in Yankees manager, bench coach, and the GM in the future? I'm not sure if either one would be a GM, but I could see them being involved with the Yankees again in the near future. Now, Mattingly just signed on his, I'd say, bench coach for the Toronto Blue Jays. So he signed there about, 2 months ago or something like that. So that's a good question, Wookie. Yeah, I mean, more likely Jeter than Mattingly at this point because he tends to stay on Mattingly. He tends to stay on teams for a little bit. So he's not one of these one and out guys. So very rarely, it doesn't seem like a one and out guy. So I think he's going to bring some value. And again, he knows the Yankees, so he might be able to help the Blue Jays kind of in a way that we might not want them to. So, but we'll see. He's got good coaching pedigree. He's smart, knows how to play. So he's one of the best players in baseball in his prime. So, yeah. Yeah, I mean, the last Yankee job he had, I think, was a bench coach, right? If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I could see Jeter being an instructor as well. LeBron dropped 47 today, and his 38th birthday. No, I think, honestly, Joe, I think they'll make a trade. What trade? I don't know. They might trade for a reliever. They might trade for ice. They still need to upgrade the bullpen on the left side and left field. So, I think they're going to do something. I just don't know what. And right now it's dead, so there's kind of the calm before the storm. Prior to Manscaped, Yankee pitchers that swapped wives. Oh, it wasn't Billy Martin and Mickey Mantle or something, right? Was it Martin and Mantle? I heard something like that, Buckeye. Is that right? Yeah, Mattingly was super elite for at least 5 years. That's right, Mark. Buckeye's a tree nut. Okay, I would have not gotten that. Yeah, I think something's happening too. I just don't know what, T. Drake. Over under for saves for our close of this. I'm going to say 26 saves. But I'm going to go on the over for that. Yeah, I don't know what Mike King's going to look like. So I'm hoping that, he comes back and comes back strong. And he helps Clay Holmes. Yeah, I like the fact that Swisher's part of our development team. Dude, I love his energy. He was a great player here. And, when he signed he got a qualifying offer when he signed with the Indians, and the Yankees got a compensatory pick back, and that pick turned into Aaron Judge. So they got Judge because of Swisher moving to Cleveland. So he was fantastic here. The energy he brought, and just his ability to switch hit, and he had some big hits, and he was just what the Yankees needed at the right time in 2009. So people forget that he came with Teixeira, Burnett, CeCe. He was one of those guys that came in here. So Boggs drank 100 beers. Yeah, I don't know about that, but he used to eat a bucket of chicken before every game. Well, that was the rumor. He was superstitious beyond imagination. So right now, John, I'm saying it's 50-50. I thought it was like 75-80% we got Reynolds, but I'm saying 50-50 right now. I have no idea for Mazza yet. New Year's Day. Depends on what the family does. What time are you thinking? Swisher did seem to love being a Yankee, and I think, he was fantastic. He's fantastic. He's a guy I would, love to have him as an instructor. It's just energy around the team. I think he might be a decent coach too. But, I it's always nice having him around. 4 p.m. Eastern. Okay, I got to keep that in mind. New Year's Day, Sunday. Okay. Joe Boo needs, yeah. Yeah, Joe Boo needs his chicken. That's right. That's right. By the way, let's get them likes up, gang, if you don't mind. Let's try to get 150 likes before we wrap it up. And let's finish off the New Year strong. And again, if anybody in here hasn't subscribed yet, I hope that you enjoyed enough to do it. Hope you enjoy the videos enough to do it. We get regular stuff on a regular basis. So, and I had a lot of great people on this page. So, a lot of great people in the 161. You party with Swisher, dude, and you're a legend. That's fantastic. He's one guy I would party with, and Jason Giambi with another guy I would love to party with. Back in 98, the Dodgers traded former first-round pick and became a 6-time All-Star, World Series champ for All-Star closer. Who's that former first-round pick? From Stuart Little. Dodgers traded a former... Damn, that's a good one. I got to think about that one. Up here's Joe Boo. Love it. Last American League MVP that was a switch hitter. Eddie Murray? I don't know. Man, who's that? That trivia question with the Dodgers. That's a good one. Tomorrow will be 50 years since Clemente's. Rest in peace, man. You're a legend, too. The guy finished his career with exactly 3,000 hits. That guy was a special player, man, Roberto Clemente. Baseball legend. More consistent time. I end up finding them randomly and missing others. It's always 9:30 p.m. on Saturday nights, Drew. Always. And we're just doing it Friday this week and last week because just to be respectful of people's holiday plans and all that stuff and being with their families. So, but it's always Saturday night, 9:30 p.m. Eastern. So, and if something happens during the week, sometimes we'll go live during the week as well. But Saturday's a consistent one all the time. Yeah, we heard that Cole and Bauer didn't like each other. We heard that too, Rusty. How accurate, I don't know. I mean, if anybody would be a grown-up and say he'll help the team, it would be probably Garrett Cole. So I like his leadership. Are the D-backs flipping Gurrow? That's another speculatory thing right now, too. They're saying they might flip him to the Yankees or where he represents the fifth, even though he's not a lefty. But I don't know. I don't think Correa is going to happen. I think he's going to wind up just finally figuring something out, the Mets. Who would you like to win the Super Bowl? The Jets, but I know they don't have a chance in hell to win the Super Bowl. But yeah, if I'm not going to go the Jets, I'll go with the Giants. But it's going to be hard to get to San Francisco, Philadelphia. Those teams are really good. Closest with the Judge contract, predict the Yankees will sign another pitcher. Another pitcher? Really, Dwayne? Who do you think they'll sign or trade for? Always a pleasure, Mazza. Have a great and happy New Year. Safe, healthy with you and your loved ones, man. Enjoy, brother. Always a pleasure. And I will get on Sunday if I can get there. Thanks for putting out consistently good stuff, too, and always being accurate and honest, too, man. Appreciate that. Getting invited to spring training is late edition. That's a good question. I think a couple guys who don't get signed. I don't know yet. It's a little early for me. John, who can you see? Who can you see? Yeah, well, yes, it is telling if the deal is still stalled. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this will be his second physical in as many weeks. So it's it definitely says something. But, if anybody can figure out how to make it work, it's probably the Mets. So, and the fact that, he failed the physical from the Giants to one day, and then the next day he was in with the Mets. Boris must have been planning for this ahead of time. He might have known something like this was going to happen, so he already had some other plans, I think. But he's that good, Boris. So he's slick too. What do I think of Ian Happ for the left field? I mean, if it happened, I would take it. I mean, I wouldn't take it over Brian Reynolds, but I would take it. But I think Reynolds moves the needle more than these other guys do. So, and I also think Happ is a switch hitter too. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. I mean, the Brewers are the only team that hasn't signed a single player in free agency right now. The Brewers. Paul Konerko. Nice, dude. Good one. Good one, Stuart Little. Greinke retired. Did he really? Okay. Yeah. Cowboys. I mean, Cowboys are good too, man. It's going to be an interesting playoffs. I don't think Tampa Bay has it this year with Brady. I don't think they have it. So Longoria signed with the D-backs for 1 year. Yep, today. Trent Grisham is on the market now, too. Now that they brought in Matt Carpenter. So what do I think of this Danish guy? He might give us some decent bullpen depth. So I could see him cracking the bullpen. But I still think another lefty in the bullpen would be wise to pair with Wandy Peralta. But we'll see if they actually do it. I hadn't heard that Greinke retired. I hadn't heard that. He's a weird guy, but he's a good pitcher. He'll probably get Hall of Fame votes, too. I mean, let's see here. Let's pull up his stats. Let's see. Zach Greinke. Okay. New York Jets. Yeah, Joe Namath, baby. The predicted game. We're going to win the game. Yeah, he's a free agent. So career stats for 223 wins, 141 losses with a 3.42 ERA. That's good, man. That's good winning percentage. And again, he's got how many strikeouts? 2,800. He's almost at 3,000 strikeouts too. So he'll get some Hall of Fame votes, Greinke. Yeah, I agree. Happ or Reynolds are, ideal, but Reynolds is my first pick. But we'll see if it happens. Austin Meadows, not a bad option too. Yeah, I keep hearing about Barbara Walters, man. I mean, it's terrible. It's terrible. Rest in peace. Oh yeah, right here. Barbara Walters, yep. There it is. Definitely with another 300. I don't know. Ever, I wouldn't say that, but it's hard right now. I mean, it really is. And I think, Sabathia, he didn't get to 300, but he wasn't that. Let's see. He was 251 and 161, so I think he gets into the Hall of Fame. Sabathia. Career WAR 75. That's pretty good for Greinke. The unique clause. What do you mean, Jonathan? What do you mean unique clause? Yeah, I mean, Greinke was good. He was good. Jose Tabata for left field. Wow. Naughty. Wow. Damn. Yeah, Greinke had some quirks, didn't he, Billy? He had some quirks. Chagwin come back. That's a good question. I don't know. He's coming off Tommy John, so it's temperamental when you come off Tommy John. Like, it's not always, people don't always come back quickly. Like Verlander came in, it was a miracle of Verlander the way he came back. So we had a little bit of time to get there, but he was won a Cy Young award when he came back from Tommy John. So, um, you know, yeah, Austin Wells, I would keep an eye out for him. Yeah, he could be a left fielder. He could be a first baseman. We also have guys Spencer Jones who keep an eye out for. Hey, Manny, Rondo, what's up? And Estevan Florial, we heard that too today. They wouldn't hesitate to play Florial. He needs to learn how to hit right-handed pitchers, though. Wookie, I don't know, man. I mean, Correa's going to have to be, I think, a short-term deal. But the problem is, what if he fails that physical too? And then it's a whole nother issue again. So it's going to be really interesting to see what happens. I mean, with Correa, at the end of the day, I think he's going to wind up with the Mets, but they may have to change it. So Mullins is being shopped, as well as Brian Reynolds. Yep. There's been dialogue between the Orioles and the Marlins for Cedric Mullins, so I would keep an eye out for that one. Yeah, so I mean, there'll be some kind of regression, I think, from his Cy Young season, Verlander, but he's still a gamer. He is. This guy is one of these guys that's just like Roger Clemens. He's always prepared, ready, and he's a ultimate gamer. He's an ultimate gamer. So he's gonna be a first ballot Hall of Famer, no doubt. So, but at the end of the day, what is this? Oh, we've already said this too, George. I mean, we said if they're going to trade for somebody, Reynolds are the ideal guys. You could let Oswaldo Cabrera compete, but he's still developmental. He got exposed by good pitching, George. So, and that is getting real, dude. Go back and look at the playoffs. He got torn up by good pitching. So they were able to adjust to him pretty easily. So he still has a little bit of ways to go. Hap could be a nice stopgap to Cabrera, but I think he's to me he's like the Ben Zobrist to the Yankees, or could be the Ben Zobrist. He can play infield and the outfield, and I like that versatility. So he's got a good arm in the outfield too. That's the way I look at him. But again, I wouldn't complain if they went with Oswaldo Cabrera. So if they did, they did, and that was it. So we'll see what they do. We will. Minnesota's not. They offered Correa 10 years, 280, but he turned it down. And now that he's flagged by 2 physicals, I doubt anybody's going to give him 10 years. Shamir, what's up? I think Correa is a no on the Yankees, especially since they're trying to stay under the 293. So, 154 likes. All right, gang. I appreciate you. Thanks for coming on. And we'll wrap it up in a minute. But, so let's do one last trivia question. I got one for you here. All right. Let's see. How about, all right, the Milwaukee Brewers and St. Louis Cardinals would meet in the 1982 World Series, excuse me, completed a 7-player trade on December 12th, 1980. 4 players went from the Brewers to the Cardinals, while 3 players, including 2 Hall of Famers, went from the Cardinals to the Brewers. Who were the 2 Hall of Famers that were traded to the Brewers in 1980? Tex Buck, I appreciate you. Thank you again, my man. Thank you. You're a legend, man. You're a legend. So who were those 2 Hall of Famers that were traded there? And they were, yeah, okay. Paul Molitor, close. Close. Think of mustache. Think of mustache. Oh, Ted Simmons is one of them. FG. Ted Simmons is one of them. Think of mustache. Raleigh fingers, Dylan. There it is. Good job. Ted Simmons and Raleigh fingers. Pete Vukovich also was in that trade, but the two Hall of Famers were Ted Simmons and Raleigh fingers. So, well done, everybody. Well done, Lori, Joe. Love it. Chris, Richard, FG. Yeah, Chris. I mean, that's how it is. Simmons and Raleigh, baby. Right? Thank you, Texas. Appreciate it, man. I think the Yankees are done making moves. They want to stand there. Yeah, and again, Edwin, like we've been saying it tonight too, at this point, in order for them to make more moves and still stay under that, they got $3 million to play with, but they're going to have to offload some salary, whether it be Gleyber Torres, and he's due to make about $9 million, so that could open up some things. So, but again, you trade him, they're going to wind up taking back some kind of salary. And I love Gregory Soto. That would be a nice deal. They would save a few million there, and they would solve the lefty bullpen thing, but they still need a left fielder. So if they go at Oswaldo, they go at Oswaldo. So we'll see what happens. But, I mean, offensively, they are not closer to Houston. Pitching, they are, but not offensively. So I still think Houston is the gold standard in the American League right now. So we'll see. But I do think at the end of the day, Gleyber Torres does get moved, Jonathan. I'm with you there, too. I do think he gets moved. Now that we know DJ doesn't need surgery and he's healthy. Brad, I mean, I think Austin Wells is going to get a legit shot in spring training if he makes the team. Torres is going to Seattle. Who do you think he'll come back? Who do you think will come back for him, Joe, is the question. I would love Andres Munoz, but we're going to have to go more than that to get Munoz. Munoz is a beast. Hey, Steven, thank you so much, and welcome. Welcome to the 161, man. Welcome. Appreciate you coming on, man. And joining. You get members-only content, too. So, and there's a members-only live stream that we do once a month as well, where the members can come on the screen with me if they like. So, Donnie Baseball played Columbus Clippers, Texas. I have a Columbus. I think it's a Columbus Clippers. I have a Columbus. I think it's Clippers baseball card from Donnie Baseball. Right now, our leadoff hit. That's a great question, George. I mean, personally, I think it should be Harrison Bader, but I don't know if they're going to do that. I think we need somebody who can run at the top, somebody with speed, kind of table set. So, which is why I think Brian Reynolds would be a perfect fit because, again, that speed. And if you look at his stats, he doesn't have a ton of stolen base ability. He hits a ton of doubles, even triples. So he can run around the bases. So, like, if he led off with a single or a hit, and let's just say DJ batted second and DJ hit a double, he'll score. Whereas the other way around, if DJ was at first and he hit a double, the chances of DJ scoring are much lower. So I want somebody who can score from first to home on a double and kind of get us on the board quickly and give our pitchers an advantage. So a guy like Brian Reynolds would be a perfect fit. That's why I prefer him over Ian Happ and some of these other guys. But again, he's going to cost. He's going to cost a pretty penny. So, and are they willing to give it up? That's the $1 million question. The $1 million question, right? So, hey, Texas Buckeye, I think I missed you. Was I right? Columbus Clippers? Yeah, I mean, if he stays, I hope he plays well, Dwayne. That's for sure. But I think they're definitely looking to bring in Volpe at some point, and his intangibles are more noticeable than Gleyber Torres's are. So, Warren Lifer, please get better. I'm so sorry to hear that you got COVID, dude. Hang in there, man. Rest, hydrate. Rest and hydrate. Take medicine if you can. There is medicine you can take for COVID, but this is like one of the more contagious. All right, thank you, Texas. One of the more contagious variants out there right now. So, be careful. Just be careful and rest well. And I got it at a wedding about a month and a half ago, almost 2 months ago, and my first time ever, and it sucked for like almost a week. So, but yeah, our thoughts and prayers with your word lifer. Please, please get better. Please get better. And happy New Year to you too, man. Happy New Year to you as well. This is an ideal situation, right, Chris? The ideal trade. Ideal trade right there. So, yeah. Beta, well, exactly, T. Drake. Exactly. He let us, he carried the offense while everybody else just fell apart, went to sleep, right? So kudos to him. I mean, if Cabrera's the guy, then Cabrera's the guy, right, Dwayne? So the Chicago Bears are hiring Jim Harbaugh, really? They're poaching him from Michigan? Seriously? Is he at least going to play the college playoffs? Is he really getting Jim Harbaugh? Is that accurate? Did that actually happen? Paxlovid, that's it right there. This is the name of the medicine, word lifer, that's been very helpful for a lot of people that have COVID. What did it do? Void start. Paxlovid, yeah. Thank you for putting that up, Void. Thank you for putting that up. Yeah, please get better, man. Really, please get better. Yeah. Wow. Is that accurate? Bader to the Bears? I mean, Harbaugh to the Bears? Word life, yeah. Go get some rest, my man. Sleep as much as you can. Drink as much as you can to flush out your body. Take what you can, and hoping that we'll see in the next live stream feeling better and doing better. So whenever that is, but you focus on your health first, man. Really. Wow, they're announcing President Kevin Warren and then Jim Harbaugh. Wow, they're taking him from Michigan, huh? Wow, he did a hell of a job in Michigan this year. Finally. Yeah, I mean debacle right now, and it's like we're a little bit of a dry spell, so we're like hoping that trade market picks up. We're hoping that other things pick up. So, and obviously, I'll keep you updated on whatever it is. Marvin Gonzalez, he left. He's playing in Japan now, and Trent Grisham is also on the left field free agent trade market now. So there's some things. But nothing crazy right now. But things will happen. You're going to get it here. So that's for sure. Yeah, but Helmless Jesse, you're absolutely right. Yeah, you're right about that. Yeah, like all the big, with the exception of Correa, like all the big free agencies are locked up. For the most part, are locked up already. So, but Correa still remains to be seen, right? As to whether this thing is going to get resolved or not. And like I said, at the end of the day, I think it does. But I think they're going to have to restructure the contract. And I know that's thing somebody doesn't want to do, but that's probably what's holding this whole thing up. Yeah, well, Billy, I couldn't agree more. Yeah, it's not wishing bad on anything, but like it's kind of cool to see something not work out for Boris. He's so used to getting his way and so used to getting everything he wants whenever he wants. So I kind of agree with that. Yeah, but I'm sure he's going to come back in another masterful deal, masterful trade or something. He'll do something masterful. And I would agree, Void. So yeah, I don't think the Yankees are done yet either. I don't. 10, yeah, 10 jumps, yeah, except for the guy. What's the guy? Chris Hernandez, something like the most hated umpire. I think the one guy's not retiring. So the Mets signed Chapman. Yeah, sure. Heck yeah. Get him out of here, man. Get him out of the Bronx. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the Mets, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised at this point they sign, I wouldn't be surprised. They're so aggressive. And this is a whole new Cohen threshold right now with Correa. It's like Cohen threshold times 2 on steroids. So what a freaking move. So it's crazy. But he's serious about winning. So you got to appreciate that. I give him props for that. I honestly, Wink, I don't think so. Unless they talk with Garrett Cole and he gives them their blessing or something. I can't see. I can see him going to the Padres. I can see him going to even the Pirates, who need pitching. Um, kind of a lower pressure environment. I can see him going to the Twins. So I mean, there's a couple of places I could see him going, but I can't see it. And again, unless they get an endorsement and a green light from Garrett Cole, I can't see it happening. The Red Sox, I don't know, man. Honestly, I mean, they brought in Corey Kluber. They've got Chris Sale. If I'm them, I'm trying to move Rafael Devers. Just try to get a haul, try to get a Mookie type package, and try to package Sale if you want, and you get a haul back. But, you know, with the exception of Alex Verdugo, I mean, they lost JD already. They lost Bogart, so they're a ways back. But this is what they do, too. They can stink for a little bit like they did last year, and all of a sudden they'll be good this year with somebody that they drafted or found through spring training. So would I be surprised if they were really good again? Nope. Well, exactly, too, Voight. Yeah, it's going to be too much drama, too much of it in New York. So that's why I think, a different environment, probably better. Probably better. Plot twist. The Mets signed the other Matt. Who's the other Chapman? The Red Sox did sign Justin Turner. Yes, they did, T-Drake. Yep. Offload Devers. I hear the Mets would be in on him like crazy. Devers. So Bauer's still throwing some gas, Evil, but I mean, at the major league level, we'll have to see. Is Matt Chapman a free agent? Again, is he a free agent? So I know he was traded to the Blue Jays, but I'm not sure if he's a free agent or not. And you do need tough skin to play in New York. Damn right, Dwayne. Mm-hmm. Sign me as a writer for this. Void, you're making some good stuff, man. I'll tell you that. Chapman has 2 years. Okay. Bradley Jr. I don't know if he'd be good for left field, but is he a free agent too? The Yankees get Bauer and Glaber and trade both for Brian Reynolds, a big reliever. Imagine that, Austin. That would be kind of nuts. Randall Adams. Bauer. Yeah, I mean, I think some people think Bauer needs to retire too, but you've seen some footage. He's still throwing like 96, 97, 98. He's throwing gas. Throwing these bullpens against college players, but he's still, getting dudes out. So, yeah, Chafin. I'm all over Chafin. I'm all over Chafin, man. Yeah, that's right, man. This is as big as it gets over here, baby. That's right, Sean. Mancini, I could see. Watch out for the Marlins. Just watch out for the Marlins. I would watch out for them or a couple other teams, but 3 years, $30 million for Chafin. It might cost that much, Isai. It might cost that much because he's pretty good. And the price tag for these guys is, excuse me, keeps going up. Guys keep getting expensive, so. Yeah, well, he's going to be, yeah. I'm not exactly sure how well he would do in New York. I mean, 161 Ever App brought to you by, I don't know, Texas Buck. That's a good one. I like that. Brought to you by the Yankees Express. I don't know. That's a good one. I like that, Texas. I'm getting thinking now, though. Yeah, at the end of the day, I don't think Bauer comes here. Sounds good, Void. I'm going to wrap it up in a minute, too. So, yeah, exactly, Randall. The Yankees don't want that. They want a stable clubhouse of good characters. And, I don't know, Bauer and Donaldson will create some problems. Someone's daddy. Good one, Texas. I like it. Colin, I don't want that, but you never know. If the Yankees don't get Reynolds, they should go. Yeah, I would. Yeah. More controllable years. Yeah, more controllable years and probably cheaper. But we'll see. I mean, McCarthy or Alec Thomas or something like that. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, OBJ. It's a good example. Talented as all hell, but too much drama connected to that guy. JP Sears would have been nice, Joe. I can agree. Maybe Cincinnati could. Yeah, I mean, they could. I mean, Dodgers are picking up the entire salary, so he's just going to go wherever he goes. Is going to be for the league minimum. So the Dodgers are picking up the entire salary. He's going to get paid $30 million a year for the Dodgers. Now that he's being reinstated, while he was suspended, he wasn't making money, but the suspension lasted 191 games instead of 324. So he'll get paid for those 130 plus games. So it'll be like almost $30 million, which is crazy. Yeah, I don't know, man, Richard. That's a good question. We heard that he didn't want to play in New York, but I don't know. I mean, they didn't want to go 5 years for him. I know that, and I get it, but we'll see. We'll see. Dwayne, yes, and I think a left-handed reliever would be ideal. Absolutely ideal left-handed reliever. So I hope not. I mean, I hope you're wrong, but you might not be wrong, Jonathan. You might not be wrong. Barrow get a minor league differential and call him. Yeah, I mean, probably T-Drake. That's probably what it'll be. Yeah, well, amen to that. Amen to that, Siciliano. Amen to that, brother. Yeah, but let me let you all go. Thanks so much for coming on. Appreciate your time and your support. And if anybody hasn't hit the like button on the way out, please do. If anybody hasn't subscribed on the way out, please do. Hope you enjoyed enough to do that. You're all welcome here. Welcome to the new member as well. And have a wonderful, wonderful New Year's. And may 2023 be bigger and better for all of you than 2022 has been. So peace and love to all of you. Nobody's picked up Chapman yet. But love you guys and gals. RC from NYC. We're about to wrap it up, man. What's good, baby? Happy New Year to you too, brother. And he's always with the countdown. 46 days until pitchers and catchers, man. I appreciate that. RC, and thank you again. Have a great night, everybody. Peace and love and Happy New Year's. Over and out.